Alright, so today folks we're going to do a low country boil, and this one right here is a real good recipe if you don't like it too hot. I don't like mine hot. So basically what I'll use is Old Bay seasoning, and I use about half a cup of that, and I'll add about 2 tablespoons of Dirty South barbecue dry rub in there with it, give it a little extra kick. And what you're going to need is corn on the cob. You're going to need yellow onions, about 2 of them. You're going to need 2 lemons. You're going to need about 2 pounds of good smoked sausage. And you're going to need about 2.5 pounds of peeled and deveined or whole raw shrimp. And also you'll need some baby red potatoes. Y'all stick around, this is going to get real good up in here. So we're going to use what's called the 10, 10, and 10 method. It's pretty simple. I've got an 8-quart stock pot right here, and I've got it half full of water. First thing I'm going to do is add in my baby red potatoes, and I'm going to bring them to a roaring boil. Once I get them to a roaring boil, then I'm going to start boiling them for 10 minutes solid. Once that 10 minutes is up, I'm going to add the next ingredients. So I've got my baby reds in. I'm going to dump in my seasoning right there, and I'm going to stir it all that together and get that water good and red. So right now I got my baby red potatoes in here, and I've got all my seasoning in here, and I've got it stirred up real good. Now once those potatoes come to a roaring boil, I'm fixing to add in these lemons and these onions real quick. I'm going to quarter these and split them all up and dump them in here, and I'm going to cut these 2 lemons in half and squeeze out the juices and throw the whole thing in there on top of it. And you'll bring all that to the roaring boil for the first 10 minutes. Stay tuned. Alright folks, when I say roaring boil, that's what I mean right there. As soon as it starts doing that right there, you're going to reach over here and set your timer for 10 minutes. And you're going to let it boil like that right there for about 10 minutes. And once that's done, you'll add the next ingredients, which will be the sausage and the corn on the cob. And then you'll bring it back to a roaring boil, go another 10. Y'all stay tuned. Alright folks, we're at the end of that first 10 minutes, so we're going 10, 10, and 10. So you're 10 minutes on the potatoes, the lemon, the seasoning, and the onions. And then the next thing you're going to do is add in your sausage. So we got some Conacher smoked sausage right here. We're going to put that in right here. Alright, first thing we're going to do is stir that down in there just a little bit. Now what that's going to do is that cold meat going in there is going to kill the temperature of the water, so your boil's going to stop. When your boil stops, then you got to give it just a few minutes and come back to a roaring boil, then set your timer for the next 10. So we're gonna add in some corn on the cob. Now I like to do this one at a time. That way I can work them in real good, move them around where I want them. So I'm gonna add a bunch of corn on the cob here. May not use all of them, depends on how full this pot gets. I gotta have room for my shrimp to go in on top, next to go around on that. So I'm gonna put that corn on the cob down in here, fill this thing up the best I can. Yeah, we're gonna get it all in there right there. All right, we're gonna put all that corn on the cob in there right there. I'm gonna mash it down in here and get it down below the top of that water. Get it in there real good. Now, by the time this next boil starts, this stuff will be boiling over the top of these ears of corn and everything. Now, I'll take a good look right there. Now, what you do, like I said, it's stopped boiling. If you look at it right now, there's no hard boil. You want it to start another roaring boil, then turn it on 10 more minutes, and it ain't gonna take long. Probably about 5 or 10 minutes, it'll start roaring up again, and then I'll set that thing for 10 minutes, and we're on. All right, folks, took us about 15 minutes to get that water back up to temperature, and now it's starting that hard boil, so I'm gonna set it for another 10 minutes, and we're gonna let that cook. 10 minutes, it's coming. So the last thing we're gonna do is add in them pretty old shrimp. Look how big them nice rascals are. Golly. Them right there are some good looking shrimp. All right, so that'll be the last step in the process of 10, 10, and 10. So you know what to add and you know when to add it now. So cook it up and get her done. All right, folks, there's our second round of 10 minutes. I'm gonna cut that thing off because that beeping just aggravates me. All right, so here we go. So right here I got 2.5 pounds of deveined but not peeled shrimp. There's two good reasons why you don't peel them and you just devein them. Number one, that seasoning gets down between that shell and that meat in that shrimp, and it makes for a better shrimp when you cook it. Number two is everybody in their family has got a shrimp hog. You know what a shrimp hog is? The one that comes up there and snatches up all the shrimp and eats them. Well, if he's got to peel them or she's got to peel them, it slows them down. So we're gonna add these things in and put them in here, and it's gonna slow our boil down again. I'm gonna add them in real easy here. If y'all see right there, I'm just gonna mash them down right under the edge of the water, and we almost at the top now. So we started out with half a pot of water, and now we're all the way to the top right here. So everybody asked me, said, how you know when your shrimp's done? So as soon as you put them in, y'all can see right now they're starting to turn red. So when they turn red all over, they're done. But the easiest way to do it is the 10, 10, and 10 method. So what we're gonna do is let these shrimp sit in here, and it won't take long to get the boil back up on the shrimp. The meat was cold, so right now they're already starting to turn red on me. So once shrimp turn red, they're done. When they get red solid through and through, they're done. So we're gonna give it just a few minutes for that boil to come back up, and once you put your shrimp in, it probably takes about 5 minutes. The boil's gonna come back up. You'll boil them, set your timer for 10 minutes. Once it's done, you gotta do the hard part. And this is the most dangerous part if you're trying to do this. The best thing you can do is get some real long gloves, and I've got some gloves that go all the way to my elbows that are burn resistant, and they'll keep you from getting burnt. But the steam off of this, when you pour it into a sifter or a strainer, it's gonna burn you if you're not careful. So you wanna make good and sure that you use the right safety equipment to keep from getting hurt when you do this, because the steam off of it will burn you good. Okay, so make sure whenever you go to strain it, use some kind of gloves that come from your fingertips all the way to your elbow. Alright folks, hope y'all liked the video, and that's how you do a low country boil using the 10, 10, and 10 method. It's not too hard, and it's something really good. We're about to go tear this up, so y'all stay tuned.